This is a really large project. It's an $80 million project through the USDA NRCS. The really first pillar of this project is producer implementation and producer involvement. Implementation of climate smart practices, so things that could be implemented on the land that would be considered good stewardship efforts by our producers that raise beef and bison.
We're targeting, potentially 3 million acres of prescribed grazing plans or grazing management plans to be implemented. Additional things include developing drought management plans for operations.
Things like planting cover crops or planting forage species, planting native rangeland species.
47% of the direct funds for this grant go directly to the producers to incentivize them to put these practices into place. The second pillar for this project is research. Measuring, monitoring, researching, and verifying what's being done on those lands.
One of the bigger components of this is actually collect the soil samples from those operations. What is the actual impact in terms of the soil organic carbon in the soil associated with that practice? We're also doing other things like collecting biodiversity data on those intensively monitored sites, and so that's kind of a whole ranch assessment looking at things like bird species, plant diversity.
And then the third pillar is market development. The thought is that those stewardship practices then can be carried forward and be marketed along with those animals. A marketplace where producers are being rewarded for those practices and consumers are wanting products that are being produced in that way.
My hope is that it'll give us an unprecedented look on such a large scale of what is the impact of soil organic carbon from implementing all these different practices.
What I really wanted to see from this project is a move forward in South Dakota conservation as it relates to our rangelands and grasslands.
The epicenter of this project is South Dakota. So a lot of those incentives in terms of providing producers incentives to do positive land management practices, a huge portion of that's going to stay here in South Dakota. I think that really positions us in South Dakota to begin to grow this market and develop these commodities with climate smart credence attributes and be the leaders in what moves forward from this conversation.